Hi there, Michael Griffiths here, and welcome to the Business Connectors. Great to have you on this episode. Very exciting guest with us today, Sarah Beth Cleaves from Design and Construct Coaching. We'll get to Sarah very shortly. Hopefully you've been connecting with our past guests, you've been joining them on LinkedIn, you've been asking them a few questions. That's what this show's all about. It's about allowing you to be able to connect with some great network people, some great people with some great intellectual property around them, and to really be able to grow your network through their network. So today, Sarah, welcome along. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm excited to be here.
Let's start off. Tell us, everyone, a little bit about yourself.
Great. So I am an exit strategist and business coach. So my background is in sales and marketing and training and development. I studied business at university and am a certified NLP practitioner. Worked in recruitment for a number of years before moving into training and development over in London for a publicly listed company over there. Was then fortunate enough to get a job in Switzerland managing a ski resort.
Nice.
For a little while, which was fantastic. And then began my coaching career 3 years ago.
Okay, fantastic. So people sitting there, I'm one of these people who go, it doesn't take much these days for people to become coaches, and quite often people should look at coaches based on their experience. And people sitting here going, well, you look so young that you haven't had experience. However, now you've shared that with us. You've actually run listed companies. You've been all around the world in terms of working in business. Mm-hmm. So in terms of your experience, you've actually got quite a fair bit of experience in business.
That's right.
Yeah, fantastic. So Design and Construct Coaching, what is that?
Design and Construct Coaching is my own business, and it's a business that I started with a vision of helping business owners create an ideal lifestyle personally, and then help them feed that back into then creating a structure and a business that would feed that lifestyle, both from a financial targeting point of view and from a time point of view.
Yeah, fantastic. Because it's probably something that people get into business and then they go, after 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, I feel a little bit burnt out now. And they don't really have a life. They're just working from early in the morning to late at night, and they'd probably actually be better off with a job rather than a business.
Correct.
So from the very start, you're factoring that into, well, what life do you want? And let's build a business around it.
Great, exactly. Yeah, because that's what drives everybody. It's your family. It's the things that, you get up in the morning for. And if you're not focused on that, first of all, well, then the business drives your life, and really your life should be the other way around.
Yeah, lovely. So where's the exit side of all of this? Because I know you very well as someone who can help business owners and businesses get out of their business.
Correct.
How does that take part? What do you do there?
Okay, so Design and Construct Coaching has a partnership with a private equity firm, which is where the exit strategies first came into my business. What we do when we look at exit strategies is working with a business owner to decide ideally on how they're going to sell their business. So for most businesses, they'll be one of two. They'll either be a lifestyle business where it's almost a job. They've created a really good income for themselves, but the business owner is needed there to run it, and a lot of the income is generated or relying on the business owner being there. From an exit strategy point of view, what we look for is business owners that don't want that lifestyle, that want to actually create an asset that would be worth something without them there, and then therefore help them maximise that sale price.
Yeah, fantastic. Great. So I sort of relate it to, you've got a practice model where you are the practice, and therefore make as much money as you can in the practice and invest it wisely.
Great.
Or you've got the business model where you are building that to be an asset to be able to sell.
Yeah, exactly. And, there's no right or wrong here. Whatever you would suit your lifestyle is what you need. And I guess that's why when I first start working with someone, I focus on their personal life, first of all, to work out what they need. And then does their business model match that or not?
Yeah, great. Fantastic. So why is it important for business owners that want that business asset model to think about the exit strategy at the same time as going into the business?
I guess it's coming back to that age-old expression, begin with the end in mind. So for a lot of business owners, you often start because you've got a good idea or because you've got a customer and it rolls from that. And so, it all starts, you've got customers before you've got a plan, before you've got price points, before you've got a whole strategy around how it's going to work. So thinking about an exit strategy from the very beginning is ideal. If you're already working in your business, then really it's going to take 3 to 5 years to do a proper exit strategy to really maximize a sale price.
Yep.
So to get the best price, to position yourself for a strategic buyout, which means you get more money, thinking about your exit strategy at the very beginning will structure it so you don't have to go back and retro-create or retrofit.
Yeah, brilliant. So most people would go, to exit my business, all I have to do is sell it. But what happens if they can't sell it? Are there other ways that they could exit out of their business?
Yeah, there definitely are. So apart from, selling's obviously the main thing. Over the next few years, there's going to be an influx of businesses for sale on the market because we are coming into sort of a lot of baby boomers wanting to retire. Okay. And we're estimating that there'll actually be more businesses for sale than people out there willing to buy.
Right. Okay.
So for other options out there, if you can't find a seller, one way would be to look at a build-up buyout strategy with any of your employees, especially if it is a practice model and you're quite comfortable with that model and there's a lot of trust there and you're worried about transitioning your clients across. Look at bringing on a 2IC, a general manager, a senior, whatever it is that you're doing, and start to transition the business over to them. They can earn equity for doing a good job or profit sharing. And
Yep, great. Yeah, fantastic. So there are other ways other than just for sale.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good. So let's come back. What are some of the other ways that businesses can increase their bottom line without the whatever they happen to be doing in there? And where I suppose I'm leading to here with you is I know that you speak a lot around businesses acquisitioning other businesses to be able to increase their worth.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So fundamentally, there's 2 ways to grow a business. You've got the internal model where you get more sales, you get more customers, you hire more staff, and you move along that way. And best case scenario, maybe you get 15, 20% growth year on year. Growth through acquisition is a faster and more efficient way to grow your company. So if, for example, I was an accounting practice and I wanted to grow through acquisition, I might look at buying another accounting practice. So I'm just adding those clients instantly onto my books, or I'm adding a financial planning business onto my books, and then I'm cross-populating, and the business is already kind of a lot further ahead than what it would be had I just hired a financial planner or hired another staff to grow that way.
Certainly. So I suppose there's the organic way or there's the really fast way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brilliant. Share with us a little bit around who are the types of people that you're working with right now?
The types of businesses that I'm working with at the moment are predominantly professional services. So accounting practices, financial planning practices. I've also got some event and production companies that I'm working with, and 1 or 2 trades as well. The trades I'm working with on an internal growth model, and the professional services and production is external.
Okay, great. So let's say I'm an accounting practice.
Mm-hmm.
We need assistance in being able to grow.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that you'd go in there and do?
I would go in there and do a business strategy assessment. So sit down and work out exactly what they mean by they want to grow, how big, how much, by when, and then work out the path to get there. If they can get there, and I help them map that out. If they can get there internally, then great. Go for it. Here's a template, and they could go away and use it.
Yep.
If their numbers are too big and it's not realistic, then I'd recommend a growth through acquisition model, where we would come in and partner with them, provide funding, provide strategies, basically do everything that a lot of you see in the M&A space in the corporate and the big end of town, but for SMEs that traditionally haven't had that available to them because they've never had a honeypot, so to speak, to use to go and grow their businesses.
Fantastic, great. I have known you for a couple of years. You're part of lots of different networking groups.
Correct.
You're very good at building relationships and keeping relationships. We've got a lot of new business owners who are probably watching us today.
Yes.
What's a tip or a piece of insight advice you could give people around those that are wanting to get out there and network? What's your advice?
My advice would be networking doesn't necessarily just happen when you go to a networking function. So a lot of people think, I have to go to a function to network or to connect, but it's every day. It's everyone you speak with. That would be my biggest advice, to just open your mouth and talk. I was in Melbourne recently and I got in an Uber taxi and I just started up a conversation. I've now got a lead for a new client. So just from having a chat with my taxi driver, in essence, how did you get into this? Oh, what else do you do? Oh, interesting. And then we just started talking. So don't think that you have to go to a specific function to build a business relationship. They're everywhere. Just do what you normally do.
Great. Yeah, great piece of advice. Open your ears, open your eyes, and open your mouth. That's what you always say. And if you do those three things, you're probably going to find an opportunity somewhere. Exactly. So that's great. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been fantastic. There's some great information there. If you're a business owner that needs to connect with Sarah, you can do so by looking up Sarah Beth Cleaves on LinkedIn. You'll be able to connect with her there. You can also go to dnccoaching.com.
Design and construct coaching. So design and the word and constructcoaching.com.au.
Fantastic. So there's some ways that you can find Sarah. Make sure you connect with her. Another great person with a great mindset, happy to share her networks, happy to help. So make sure that you take advantage of that and connect with her. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Business Connectors. We hope to see you at an event very shortly where you can meet some of these great people and be able to build relationships with them also. Till next time, we will talk to you soon. Take care.